They are the only neighbors, so it's always against Spain. So it was one of the many battles that we had with Spain. This one happened after a succession crisis, because after the king died, the direct heir to the throne was the firstborn child, which was a lady that had just gotten married to the King of Spain. So basically, if she inherited the throne, the King of Spain would become the King of Portugal. The people did not want that. So instead, the people supported the claim to the throne of the bastard son of the grandfather of that lady. So the king that died had a half brother, bastard brother, and he had a claim to the throne at the same time as the daughter of the former king. And this created a problem because, being a bastard, he actually didn't have a claim to the throne because he was a bastard, and a bastard could never become king. But the people supported him, and most of the nobles also supported him. So we had a battle between uncle and niece, which was something very common as well. All of those stories that you have, like Game of Thrones and things of that sort, that was not all made up. Most of that happened in some of the royal houses, usually throughout Europe. So all of those Mexican soap operas of cousins getting married and stuff like that, all of that happened. Nothing of that was created, and usually royal families had crazy relationships. So in here we had a battle not only between niece and uncle, between brother nations, and also between brothers, because both generals that led both armies, they were actually brothers. On the Portuguese side we have Dom Nuno Álvares Pereira, on the Spanish side we have Pedro Álvares Pereira. They were actually brothers, raised together, and maybe because of that, Dom Nuno Álvares Pereira was able to anticipate the moves that his brother was going to do, and we were able to win a battle that was considered unwinnable. Why? Because the Spanish army was 6 times bigger than the Portuguese army, and we are talking about a time that we didn't have technology, so most likely if you were outnumbered, you will lose the battle because they had an advantage. And if you were 6 times outnumbered, you would for sure lose the battle. But somehow Portugal won. So the king considered this to be a miracle, a favor provided by Our Lady of Victory. And so he decided to build a church in honor of Our Lady of Victory. And that is the church that we are going to see now. So this battle took place in the year of 1385. A couple of years later, they start the construction of this church, and this entire town was born in turn of the construction site of this church. So this entire town was born in the late 14th century. Portanto, estamos a chegar à batalha. Eu a vocês não preciso vos dizer o que é que batalha quer dizer em português, vocês também sabem. Então o monumento que nós vamos ver é este aqui, a Igreja da Batalha, ou a Igreja da Nossa Senhora da Vitória. Esta igreja foi começada a construir no final do século XIV e toda esta vila acabou por nascer em torno da construção desta igreja, e ela foi construída. E já não conseguimos deixar de ver. So, anyone found a mistake?
Left hand, what is missing? What is holding? No?
What about you? Did you find the mistake? Did you find it or not? Let me do my
You were
math.
saying it's 18?
I think it was 80 something. No, wait.
471.
71, yeah.
Not 80,
Almost,
yeah?
Yeah, 71.
The helmet?
No.
No.
So,
I give up.
we have 2 feet of the horse on the air, right? How do a horse walk? Usually he lifts 2 paws, but from opposite sides. Because if you lift it from the same side, and that's exactly what we have here. 2 paws on the air, both on the same side. This is anatomically incorrect. It was kind of corrected with that little mountain that they had over there, but it was just to cover up the mistake. The mistake is still there.
As you can see, there's a little bit that they added. So we try to correct it, but it's anatomically incorrect.
Mais tarde, eles depois acrescentaram só para fingir que na realidade aquela was done outside. They used the decoration to do the building even higher than it was already. So we have the pinnacle, and then we have the decoration on top of the pinnacle to be even bigger. Why is that? Because during the Gothic period, it was believed that the higher the church was, the closer it was to heaven, so the holier it was. So the goal was to be the higher that you could. And usually inside of the church, you will not have a lot of decoration, if any decoration whatsoever. Usually you don't have sculptures, you don't have paintings. If you have any work, is on the same line. And it's exactly what we have here. We only have decoration on the same line. So when the sun appears, you will see beautiful reflexes inside, but you will not see sculptures or paintings. Portanto, esta igreja ela foi construída no período do Gótico. E o período do Gótico foi também a altura em que tivemos a construção da Catedral de Notre Dame, em Paris. Daí que elas são um bocadinho semelhantes. Normalmente, no Gótico, toda a decoração do edifício era feita no exterior, porque a decoração do edifício era usada também para acrescentar a altura. Nós já tínhamos este pináculo para subir.
But I do not go to the church. I am in Exactly. Because I know it is a large organization. Overall, it's for the group, but in many cases, the church.
Não são parte da sociedade, por assim dizer, mas aqui são considerados nesta hierarquia todos no centro da forma. Temos então dos mais importantes para os menos importantes. Começamos no Nazare com alguns artistas que seriam ainda considerados como sendo pessoas que tinham uma ligação com o divino e daí que tinham esta inspiração vinda, ninguém percebia muito bem deles, que ainda hoje não percebemos, mas vem de algum. Como vocês podem ver, lá dentro eu não posso falar, portanto não há muito que eu vos possa contar lá dentro. Vou-vos dar 20 minutinhos mais ou menos, vocês podem ver a igreja até lá à frente e depois tem uma saída ao lado direito que vai dar aqui uma porta lateral por trás da estrada e nós podemos ter uma saída. About this first door, this is where we can find most of the decoration of this church, and we have the 12 biggest figures. They are the apostles, of course, and then in the central panel, usually we have a representation of Jesus Christ. In this case, we have a representation of God, and then on the lines that form the arch, we have a representation of the hierarchy of society. Why did I quote society? Because the first two rows, they are the archangels and the most important angels. So they are not part of society per se, but they are organized here in this hierarchization of society. From the center, closer to God, we have the most important ones, which are the archangels, and then they will decrease of importance until the last line. That last line includes some artists that were still considered connected with the divine. That's why they would have a source of inspiration that would come directly from this connection, this special connection with God. Still nowadays we don't know why some people are more creative than others. Maybe it is divine intervention, we never know. Exactly. So maybe the people that are creative have a special line connecting them. We will never know. So as you can see by the sign in the door, I cannot talk inside, so there's really no point of me going with you. And there's also not a lot of intricacies inside for me to explain. Mostly the stained glass windows, and that explains itself. It's just beautiful. So not really much to say about that. So you'll have around 20 minutes to explore the church. You can go all the way to the back, and then you have a side door to the right side that comes to this side of the church behind the horse, and we will wait for you on the back. Do you have any questions?
Who is that on the upper side?
Right above the door?
No.
Up there? I have no idea.
Has a crown.
But because of the similarities to that guy, I would say that it's because it's very, very similar.
Maybe blessing.
That guy. Yeah, so in the middle, central piece, it's a representation of France sitting on the throne with the world above his head. That Gothic monument above God's head is the world. And then you have several scenes in the central panel. So I will guess that this is another scene, including God, because they are very, very similar. If you look at the first verse, they are very, very similar. So I would guess it is another extra scene.
sila dito. Meron tayo nakita, di ba?